Has not been getting that level of help, though. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders made his NFL debut in yesterday's loss to the Ravens after Dillon Gabriel, the starter, suffered a concussion. Sanders goes 4 for 16, 47 yards, a pick, sacked twice, said afterwards, I've never even thrown a football to Jerry Jeudy. What did you make of his performance yesterday?
He was truthful. And you know what got him more than maybe not the lack of reps? The speed of the game. He played in preseason games. It's the first regular season game this guy played in. The speed of the game is shocking when you actually play in a real game. Preseason, you kind of, I learned the same thing when I was a rookie. When I walked into Holland as a starter, the veterans looked at me and said, "Hey, partner, the game's about to go really fast." And I went, "What are you talking about?" Whoa. And he's the quarterback. You can imagine how fast it is for the quarterback. He's got to make decisions.
So you don't think the lack of reps hurt him?
The lack of reps, but Hannah, it's not college football. You don't have all these. People think you have like 100 reps in practice. You don't. You only have so many reps for the starter. This is why most teams do what at the backup quarterback? A veteran. Why?
Right.
He doesn't need a lot
because
of
now
reps.
you're dealing with two rookies, and Dillon Gabriel
That's
obviously
the
needs
problem.
as much as he can get.
No
To make
experience.
matters worse, and this is terrible, he had a burglary at his home during yesterday's game, a source confirmed to ESPN today. So listen, if Dillon Gabriel is not out of concussion protocol, they've already said Shedeur is going to get a start. That'd be his first NFL start against the Raiders next week.
Okay, he's got a chance. Against
Yeah,
the Raiders,
well.
right? They're not the Raiders of the past, so we'll see.
Should get some reps this week. Right, Coach.
Dillon Gabriel, the starting quarterback, goes down with a concussion. Myles Garrett is having a hell of a day. Sacked Lamar Jackson 4 times. Has 10 sacks in the last 3 games. Just a monster. That's what Myles Garrett is, just a monster, clearly doing his job. There was a pick 6. There were 3 turnovers, also committed by the Ravens. They struggled miserably against the Browns defense on Sunday. The problem is the Browns couldn't score. And here was the even bigger problem. After Dillon Gabriel exited the game early in the third quarter due to the concussion, he was replaced by Shedeur Sanders, who finally got a chance to be in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, he was awful. Awful. 4 of 16 passing, 47 yards, 1 interception, sacked twice, had a passer rating of 13.5. Ran for his life, scrambled for 3 carries, 16 yards. Only notable rookie quarterbacks who completed 25% or fewer passes in a game include Hall of Famers Terry Bradshaw and Joe Namath, as well as Eli Manning. But Shedeur Sanders had the worst per-play efficiency rating by any quarterback in any game this season. It was bad. Completed his first couple of passes, and then after that, we couldn't even see if he was a quarterback. It was that bad. Finished 4 of 16. 4 of 16 passing for 47 yards and 1 interception. Before I go into my take about this, let's hear from Shedeur Sanders and what he had to say. Play that.
It's time for me to step up. I don't think I played good. I don't think I played good at all. I think it's a lot of things, we need to look at, during the week, go and just get comfortable, even throwing routes, with Jerry and throwing routes with all those guys. The most I can ask for is opportunity. That's an uncontrollable thing that I'm not able to control, and that's not nothing I should speak on, just being the quarterback of this team and this franchise. They gave me an opportunity. I ain't do up to my expectation enough to get us a win. I just got to take that one to the chin.
He was in the game since early in the third quarter. All the offense could produce was 4 first downs, 64 yards, and not a single point. NFL scouts, aficionados said the game appeared to be too quick for him, that he routinely held onto the ball too long and was subjected to immense pressure, 11 quarterback pressures and 2 sacks, by the way. They want to bring that up. And they also want to bring up the fact that Cleveland didn't convert a third down until Sanders took off for a 5-yard scramble late in the third quarter and finished 2 of 14 for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it. This smells. I don't know whether Shedeur Sanders is an NFL quarterback or not. And I don't blame anybody for assuming and surmising that he may not be. But how does he get 0 snaps with the first team? How a player is able to say they were unfamiliar with his snap count? He wasn't prepped at all. You're a QB2. Your QB1 is an undersized dude, a hit away from getting concussed and taken out of the game. Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time NFL Coach of the Year. He knows a thing or two about coaching football. How unprepared did Shedeur Sanders look? Suddenly he's not comprehending plays? Suddenly he doesn't know the playbook? Suddenly he doesn't know what's going on? That's not the reputation that we've ever heard about Shedeur Sanders. We've heard he's incredibly familiar with the playbook. We've heard that he's very, very smart. Now, the knock against him is that he's about the why. He's not somebody that just does what he's told. He wants to know why. That's true. But it smells. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but it smells to me. I really viewed him as being set up to fail. Or at least not prepared to succeed. Maybe set up to fail is too strong because it speaks to the intent of a malice nature by the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, which I would not do. I'm not going to impugn that man's integrity in any way like that. But can we at least say that he wasn't positioned to succeed? Can we say that? Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen some awful quarterbacks in NFL history that never looked like Shedeur Sanders looked yesterday. You complete just first 2 passes, and then after that, folks looking around, looking like, what's going on? Don't seem like they know whether they coming or going. Not to mention the fact that with Dillon Gabriel, you get rid of the ball quickly because he's undersized, can't see over the line of scrimmage, got to get rid of the ball quickly because he can't see the field, and ain't the greatest deep thrower in the world. Whereas somebody like Shedeur Sanders does have an arm. He does have more size on him. And he does have a tendency to hold on to the ball for too long because he's not scared to stand in the pocket and wait for an opportunity to present itself so he can throw the ball downfield. You got 2 different types of quarterbacks. And you do nothing to prepare him? Smells, y'all. Somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it. It smells.
Listen, Shedeur Sanders is expected to start Sunday in the game against the Las Vegas Raiders with Dillon Gabriel in concussion protocol. Barring something unexpected, Sanders will make his starting debut, becoming the 42nd different quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999. Kevin Stefanski was asked today if he changed anything how reps were divided up among quarterbacks. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Would you have changed anything about the approach, about how you maybe divided up the first team reps from training camp to now?
Yeah, I understand the question, Cam. I think it's important that you do what you think is right for a football team. The development of our players is constant. It doesn't happen just in one drill or in one practice or one meeting. So we